You're an artist, you're ambitious, and you sent your application to a few galleries via email, you sent your portfolios, maybe you even called them up and visited them personally, and you got rejected yet again. And you're wondering why that is. Well, that's the case. Stick around. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I'm an art dealer, curator, passionate art collector, and I also help coach and educate some artists who are ambitious and they want to see their career move to the next level. Before I go into the reasons why a gallery might reject you, I would like to give you some word of motivational advice. Please don't give up. Number one, do not give up. You have a vision. Stick with it, believe in yourself, and just keep on reaching out to galleries because at the end of the day, there will be a match for you. Number two, try to have a different perspective or an attitude when you are approaching a gallery. Think of it as applying for a job. I mean, when you apply for a job, you apply for not just one, but for a few jobs. And all you want really is an interview. So it will take maybe, I don't know, half a dozen, I don't know. A lot of times where you have to send out your application letter and a company will probably reject you a lot until you finally get a chance for an interview. So approaching a gallery is similar like that. You just need to keep at it. Right, now let's get into this topic of rejection, how to deal with it, why that happens, and what goes into the brain of a gallery to actually reject you in the first place. Let's dig in. All right, so why would a gallery reject you? There's three reasons, broadly speaking. Number one, wrong timing. Yeah. When I started out as a gallerist, I wasn't quite sure what genre or what direction I wanted to go to. Because when you started as a gallery, you have maybe a vision. Personally speaking, in my case, I was, and still am, an avid collector of Persian miniature artworks, which is very specific, is very focused, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. Guess what? I was my own best client when I had an opening and I had shows with miniature Persian works because it really didn't resonate with everybody. So I had to figure out really quickly within like the first 18 months that, well, if I want to survive as a business, I better figure out pretty quickly what my buyers want. And that's why I ended up going into the abstract mixed media genre and I went away from the Persian miniature works. That's what happened with me. Now, back in the day when I was starting out, I had some artists contacting me, and unfortunately, if they had approached me maybe a year later, it would have been perfect timing because their work at that time just didn't fit what I was looking for. So, timing. My advice is check out how old a gallery is. If a gallery is pretty young and fledgling, maybe they've only been around like for the first 2 years, maybe you want to reach out to them anyway and just see how they are because they're still finding themselves. And very often it's these young galleries who are very eclectic. They probably have, well, let's put it this way, they don't really have a clear direction. They're still trying out. So if a young gallery is there and you figure them out that maybe they could be working with you because they don't know what they're doing, yeah, try that. You never know. Reason number two, you're too similar to their existing artist. Yeah, think of it logically. Let's just pretend you have a gallery that represents you and you specialize in a certain genre. Let's just, for the sake of argument, realistic paintings, still life. And all of a sudden you see on their website that they're representing another artist very similar to you. I think, number one, you would not be very happy with that because why is your gallery creating internal conflict and competition? A good gallery will avoid having two artists who are too similar because there's no point. A gallery, let's say, in this particular example that specializes in realistic works of art, they would like to have maybe just one artist doing still life another artist maybe who works with figures, and another one landscapes, and etc., etc. They want to avoid having too many artists doing the same thing because it will just confuse their buyers. And why create competition within your gallery? So, if you're too similar with an existing artist, 9 times out of 10, you will be rejected. My advice that, using the same example, if you are an artist who specializes in realistic artworks, try and find a gallery that does that, but doesn't carry your subject matter. Think about that. Reason number 3. It's similar to the first 2 reasons, you just don't fit in the program. As I said before, my gallery specialized in abstract contemporary art. And I received many emails from artists, on average 2 or 3 times a day, who approached me for representation. And when I would look at their work, I would ask myself, why on earth did they reach out to me? Very often and not, I would receive an email that was probably sent to 100 other galleries, and it was very generic, and they just threw it out there. And I had the impression they weren't really interested in me as a gallery and to work with me, and they didn't do their homework. I had many artists contact me who were, as I said, maybe realistic in genre, and it didn't fit my abstract program at all. So that is probably the biggest reason why you were rejected. So please, think of it as applying for a job. Do your homework, check out what the gallery does, look at their program and ask yourselves, number 1, would I fit in their program? However, I'm not too similar with an existing artist, I'm not a copy-paste, and also, is the timing right? Established artists who already know what they're doing are very strict in the type of genre they want to represent. And if you're lucky and you're a good fit, but you're not copying, pasting another existing artist, I would suggest go out and reach out to them. Now, if this video was very helpful, I have to admit this was a very summarized, short kind of information I've just provided for you. But if you're interested to find out more, or maybe even join a course on this subject of how to find gallery representation, then I've got something for you. Check out the link. I'm working with Skillshare, and if you don't know Skillshare, it's a fantastic platform for artists who want to learn about new skills and new tricks, business ideas, and maybe ideas on marketing and PR. Skillshare is something I would describe as the Netflix of education. You just pay once and then you have a whole plethora of lessons and courses for you to choose from. And now the link I've given to you, you get 1 month free. So check it out. It's no risk at all, and I hope to see you then on my course in Skillshare. Take care and see you soon. Bye.